Hello, welcome to join us. Our topic today is empathic modeling as a catalyst for reframing age-related stereotypes. Presented by me, Jun He from Drexel University, and Dr. Dina McDonagh from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Academia has often been accused of being disconnected, like an ivory tower, too far removed from lived realities. But in design education, we are beginning to shift. We are asking, how do our students see others? How do their unspoken assumptions shape what they create? Ageism, in particular, is one of the most socially accepted yet least questioned forms of bias. To ground our understanding, Levy and McDonagh define implicit age stereotypes as thoughts about older adults' attributes and behaviors that exist and operate without conscious awareness, intention, or control. This isn't about explicit prejudice. It's about hidden assumptions we carry, often without realizing we have them. Higher education is quietly transforming. We are moving beyond transmission of knowledge toward something more relational, more human. In our own teaching, we've started to ask, what does it mean to teach in a way that helps students feel more, not just understand, but empathize? For us, this isn't a side goal. It's at the heart of human-centered design education. Empathic modeling is a structured experience in which students simulate physical or sensory challenges related to aging. At Drexel University, I use tools like weighted aging suits, arthritis simulation gloves, vision impairment simulation goggles, or joint constraints to help students temporarily inhabit the body of an older adult. It's not about sympathy, it's about shifting perspective from cognitive distance to embodied insight. It is important to acknowledge that empathic modeling is open to criticism, and as a range of tools, it is important to appreciate that this approach opens the door so that our students can become aware of their own lack of experience and understanding of others. Felt sense refers to the intellectual ability to imagine the experience of another person. Felt experience refers to the more intimate and personal understanding that develops when one experiences the experience of another person. It is important that we as educators have experience of the tools that we expect our students to work with. This image illustrates Dr. McDonagh using empathic modeling technique to experience tinnitus, vision impairment, muscle loss, and mobility restrictions. Experiencing a familiar environment, such as your home or classroom, can help initially. The author is employing the tools within her own home and realizes she cannot navigate black interface with limited vision. Familiar environment, but unfamiliar experience. Empathic modeling encompasses not only physical simulations, but also immersive virtual reality experiences in 360-degree environments, allowing participants to gain a first-person understanding of the challenges and frustrations that older adults or individuals with disabilities encounter in daily life. In Drexel University's Aging and Design courses, students wear virtual reality goggles to understand an older adult's one day in the life by viewing and experiencing her activities at home. The images on this page are screenshots from the film in the VR goggle. From left to right, the first one shows an older person getting up from her bed in the morning. The second one shows she is walking down staircase. The third one shows that she is making her tea in the kitchen. Here you can see some examples of students using empathic modeling methods in their classroom environment at Drexel University. The left image shows students wearing arthritis simulation gloves trying to open a water bottle. The middle image shows a student wearing glaucoma simulation goggles and noise-canceling head covers to simulate loss of hearing. The third image shows a classroom of students wearing VR goggles, simulating daily activities of an older adult. This study draws from two classrooms, one at Drexel University and one at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. At Drexel, I teach a course series called Aging and Design. Students go through these embodied exercises and then write and talk about what they noticed, physically, emotionally, and ethically. What surprised me was how many of them said, "I never thought about this before. I didn't know what it felt like until now." And those small awakenings, they matter. They are where transformation begins. At University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, Dr. Dina McDonagh runs a series of disability and design classes for many years. The empathic modeling approach has been refined over the last 2 decades, and we are beginning to conduct these sessions to support advancement in research in disability and aging. Conducting empathic modeling with design students, architecture students, and the wider community highlight the value of this experiential learning approach. After each exercise, students were invited to write reflectively, sometimes in response to prompts, sometimes just freely. What emerged was powerful. Many students described not just discomfort, but recognition. One student said, "The empathic modeling simulation has given me a deeper understanding of the real-world implications of these conditions, allowing me to foster greater empathy for individuals who face these challenges on a daily basis." Another student group wrote, "When using the arthritis knuckles, our hands were limited to movement. Actions such as writing and tying shoes were significantly more difficult since they required hand-eye coordination. Writing required much more focus and effort to effectively control the pen, and tying shoes was close to impossible."
There are so many students' reflections. Here are three more. First one wrote, "My first takeaway was something I didn't anticipate, which was how differently people treated me when I had the impairments. My group alerted me of every possible obstacle in my path, which was very kind, but made me feel like a little kid." Another student wrote, "The gloves mimicking arthritis that we used later made it extremely difficult to grasp door handles. As an interior designer, this experience makes me more conscious of the hardware choices I will make in spaces I will create." One more student wrote, "I never realized that as the world continues to get more advanced, we are actually leaving so many more people behind."
Across the written responses and group discussions, we saw consistent patterns. Students began to use more respectful languages towards aging, to recognize challenges they hadn't seen before. Some even started asking deeper questions about their own aging. What will I want when I'm older? Who will design for me? For us as educators, that's where the power of empathic modeling lives, not just in the moment of the simulation, but in the ripple of reflection it leaves behind. Over time, we've refined this work into a small toolkit, not just for design faculty, but for anyone interested in building empathic through experience. The tools are simple, but intentional: physical simulations paired with reflection, or virtual reality simulation with discussion, and often storytelling. We've also begun exploring ways to bring in participants directly, through co-design workshops, to deepen the relational bridge. This work isn't just about aging or disability. It's about what kind of designers and citizens we are helping our students become. Design education must go beyond functionality or aesthetics. It must also ask, who are you designing for? And who are you forgetting? Empathic modeling creates a pause, and in that pause, there is room for humility, for care, for change. What we've shared today is just one thread, one way to bring emotional presence into pedagogy. But we believe we need more of this, more practices that help students become not only capable professionals, but deeply thoughtful humans. In the end, education is not just about knowledge, it's about transformation. And the transformation begins when we truly begin to see each other. Though this paper has focused on empathic modeling within the classroom, these activities are helping to destigmatize disabilities and aging for the wider community. This image shows community members experiencing assistive technology. Opening up your research activities to ensure that the wider community can begin to appreciate what kind of research is being conducted is both helpful and transformational. This image shows school children experiencing temporary vision impairments by wearing glaucoma and cataract simulation goggles. Thank you so much for your time. If you are interested to know more or would like to talk about a potential collaboration, feel free to contact us by email.